What's up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be sharing scary stories I found on Reddit. I walk the same way to work every day. I walk through the local park and take in the sunshine. It has always been pleasant. Well, that was until my schedule changed and I started working overnights. Now it's dark when I go into work. I don't want to walk this way, but cutting through the park sheds 15 minutes off my walk. I left home, made it to the edge of the park, and then the next thing I knew, I was at work. The first night is not what I'm concerned with, though it was the second night that has me writing this story. As I made my way through the twisting and turning of the park, I noticed out of my peripheral vision a man that was looking at me very strangely. I picked up my pace just to get out of his line of sight, but then he started to follow me. I knew him from somewhere, but my mind couldn't place where I had seen him. Was he a local that came into the shop? I picked up my pace, and so did he. Feeling the fear start to creep up on me, I reached in my bag and grabbed the laser my father had bought me. His words rang out in my head like a bell struck hard by a sledgehammer. It's not safe at night for a young female out in this world. Take this and use it if you ever feel in danger. I don't want to see anything happen to my baby girl. Now more than any time in my life had I felt in danger. I took a look back, and now the mystery man was sprinting towards me. He had a crazed look in his eyes as the distance between him and I grew shorter. My chest started to burn as I dug down deep and tried to muster the strength to keep running. I started to yell as I felt him grab my shoulders and spin me around. I dropped the taser as I was whipped around, looking at my attacker in the face. All I could do was scream, "What do you want from me?" Out of breath, the man panted and wheezed as he finally spoke. How are you here? How am I here? What did he even mean by this? Who is this crazed man in the park stalking me is a more appropriate question. What are you even talking about? I finally muttered back. What was said next chilled me to the core. I watched you die. I watched life leave your eyes as I strangled you last night. I even went to check to see if the police had found you, and they had not. So answer me, how are you standing here now? I live in Portland, Oregon, and was on an Uber Eats delivery just like any other. I've done thousands at this point. It was for Baskin-Robbins, and the customer is only a couple miles away in a fancy apartment building. Everything seems normal. I pick up the order, I go to my car, I start heading to the apartment building. On the way there, I get a text that said, "Hey, thanks for getting my order. Could you just come inside and leave it on my table because I recently got home from the hospital and cannot bend down at the door to get it." It was a little odd. I've never been asked to come inside someone's place before, but without thinking about it too much, I texted back saying, "Sure thing, I'll be there soon." I get another text saying, "My apartment is unlocked. I'll be 10 feet inside waiting." Right after reading the text, I got a chill because who the hell says I'll be 10 feet inside the apartment, the delivery guy? I get to the building, and it was one of those fancy ones with the keypad entry. I was told in the app to look for Zachary Winstrom, but wasn't able to find it. I was only able to find Zachary Warner. That name was also the one for the right apartment number, 220. I called the unit on the keypad and someone picked up, but didn't let me in. It was kind of weird. Most of the time people are eager to get their food, so they let you in quickly. The fact that the name didn't match the order was kind of alarming too, because who misspells their last name, or gives a wrong one for that matter, especially when you need to look them up on a keypad. The unit 220 that made the alleged Uber order isn't letting me in the building, even after I called and texted them on the app. Someone opened the door to the building and let me in. I was getting ready to just cancel the order and walk away. I was outside for a solid 5 minutes trying to call them or redial and be let in. I walked into the building and was greeted with the usual fancy apartment lobby crap. A nice, calming floral scent that isn't too strong, the elegant lighting, marble and wood everywhere, and the complimentary tea or coffee station. I go inside the elevator and go up to the second floor. I immediately get a call from an unknown number. I let it ring a little before answering. I pick up and it sounds like a distorted and angry male voice. I can't make out what the man was trying to say, but the man clicked on me after about 8 to 9 seconds. I get to the unit, which was cracked open just as the prophecy foretold. I knock first and get no answer. I crack the door a little more and yell, "I have your Uber order." I still hear nothing. It's absolutely silent in the apartment. My hair is standing up on my back at this point. I look around the hallway outside the unit and see no one. I open the door entirely. No intention of actually going in at this point, but I see an extremely dark apartment. I could just barely make out silhouettes of furniture and pictures on the wall. I shine my phone light in there and see a shadow of someone. They were behind the wall that borders the kitchen, which was to the immediate left of you as you enter the apartment. I yell, "To hell with this crap," and dropped the order at the door. I then ran the hell out of that building. The shadow could have been a mannequin or a man. I didn't stick around long enough to find out. I'm 6 feet tall and about 185 pounds. I also have a large knife and a powerful taser on me, but wasn't going to risk it. Thinking back, the shadow was roughly 10 feet inside the apartment. I called to report the crazy incident and they deactivated his account. I keep thinking about who was that person on the phone and what was their intention. Was this person inside a killer? Also, what's the apartment not having the guy's name, but a name similar to it? This is the scariest delivery I've ever been on. I'm 18 and just moved out of my parents' place about a month ago. I'm now living in a small, comfy apartment. Now, I had Samantha, my cat, for over 11 years. She is a Munchkin Siamese, meaning she had very short legs. About a week after I moved into my new apartment, she died in my arms of old age. I was and am devastated. I knew this day would come. I just didn't want it to be soon. Samantha and I were inseparable from the very beginning. She was my pillow to cry into, and every week when I got my allowance, I spent every cent on her. She was my very first pet and my everything. So of course it hit me like a ton of bricks to watch her take her last breath in my arms. The meowing didn't start until a week after she passed. It was 2 a.m. I was laying on my bed watching a movie when I heard a jar break in the kitchen. A thing about Samantha was that she loved knocking things over or breaking them. But of course, Samantha wasn't my first thought when I heard it. At first, I thought I was being robbed or about to be murdered. I immediately grabbed my phone and dialed 911. Right at my door, about 4 feet away from me, I heard I sat there, completely shocked. I sat there for about 15 seconds before I heard it again. But this time, much louder. It echoed in the room, ringing my ears. I looked at the door and saw a little black and white paw coming under the door and paw at the floor. I jumped up and opened the door and saw nothing. I sat back down on my bed and continued the movie, thinking I had just imagined it all, until it happened again and again and again. It's been a week now, and I keep my door closed just so I can see her little white and black paw and her adorable meows. Yeah, anyways, I hope that you guys really enjoyed this video. If you want more commentary, scary story, whatever type videos where I have this mic, if you enjoy these type of videos, then make sure to give the video a fat like and subscribe if you want to, because only like 3% or so of my viewers are actually subscribed to the channel. You can also comment, so anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video and I will see you guys later. Peace.